Hi everyone, let's do weekly recap or weekly outlook for January 29, February 2nd. So in the previous outlook, which you can find on this YouTube channel, we discussed US 100, Euro USD, USD GPY, and other pairs. So for example, on US 100, I proposed that this market is looking really bullish and clean, and overall was expecting continuations to the bullish side with some remarks that we were pretty, so this is Friday, we were pretty extended from the EMA, so we expected some pullback or tightening before continuations. So basically this is what happened, and right now we are still bullish. So on the daily we are bullish. We wanted to see some tightening or deeper pullback, which a deeper pullback didn't happen, but tightening is in the process. So overall, the market still remained very bullish. We don't have structural overextensions. This move is not crazy overextended like an impulse in itself. So this market remains potentially potent for a new move to the upside and taking this high out. Yeah, and until this low is holding, we are good to go for bullishness. If this low will be lost, it does not mean that the market is bearish. It means that we will start reaccumulation, and it will be unconfirmed here. It could be deeper. It could transform into a longer chop, but basically until this is holding, until this level is holding, this chop can be continued for as long as the market wants. I don't want to participate in short, because short opportunities in a really bullish market, they are very choppy usually, and this is places where many participants will lose money. So what I will wait for is, if we will lose this, I will wait for some new reshifts, for some new confirmations that the big money is ready to go for the highs, and then join it. So even though inside this range we are really bullish, we need to say that the most recent price action here is locally bearish. So it does not make sense to try to predict when the market will do its move to the upside, because we have the possibility that the market will continue to chop here. However, if we break these, or better these levels, and will create new clean patterns with tightening before the top, we can enter on the break of these highs. So basically bullish for US 100, US 30, US 500, and Germany 30. These are all almost the same markets with almost the same price action. Now Euro USD is pretty easy. So this was the previous analysis, and I was looking for continuations of the choppy condition of the market. So overall, daily continues to chop. Yes, it moved to the downside. However, again, maybe there were some opportunities here, but so this was the Monday. It was choppy, then made move to the upside, then just out of nowhere we have this down impulse, maybe on some news, I guess. And yeah, maybe after this impulse there was some possibilities to join the move, but then overall the market just continued to chop. Yes, maybe for some really lower time frame traders that do not have strict demands for their setups, maybe there was something, but for me, I see this as a chop, and I see this to continue to be choppy. We will have an FP next week, so maybe it will give the market some impulse to one direction, and yeah, but overall it's pretty choppy and it's not on my watch list. USD GPY, so what we discussed previous week, we discussed that the market holds this bullish structure, this bullish local trend, which is in confluence with weekly uptrend, as you can see, weekly build-ups and so on. So more detailed outlook you can find in this video, and it's still absolutely the same. Why it's the same? Because we are in the same daily range. So we made this impulse. Now we created a bit deeper pullback, by the way, as one of the main versions that we discussed in previous outlook. And now the market found its support here, and is starting and now it's starting the move to the upside, and it has chances to continue. So let's look here, maybe on 2 hours. Yeah, so right now the market should do basically two things. Either it will just continue this pattern, continue the development of this pattern, of this build up. What build up? So this impulse and this chain of demand here, and we have new impulse and correction. So if we will have a new break to the upside, or even on the new break to the upside, it's possible to enter. It's pretty good long pattern. However, if the market will fail, I will expect like longer chop, because we cannot argue that this local price action is not optimal. It's pretty choppy. So we have this big down impulse, and overall it's pretty weak. So yeah, not the best market, but not the worst. And we so as you can see, like 30 minutes, 50 minutes, they are starting to move higher. And again, not the clearest way of moving higher, but we have MAs that are starting to be more clear than before. We have these build-ups here, so that's more or less fine. And what most important is that higher time frame structures are holding, and right now we are in this so the indicators showing distribution, but actually it's reaccumulation here if we look at this part. Yeah, so JPY pairs, so USD JPY, GJ, CJ, Euro JPY. So what I expect bullishness, or if it fails, then chop. I don't want to be bearish here for now, because we have bullish foundation below us. Now gold, basically the same as Euro USD. So yes, we are pretty bullish from higher time frames. We are still holding this bullish impulse, but now we spend so much time inside this range that took out new all-time highs that it's just transformed into classical chop. So if you want to lose some money, if you want to to have some drawdown to your equity curve, you can participate in this market. Because let's look how the market developed from the previous week. So this is the start of this week, and we discussed that the market is choppy, and the chop is the easiest thing to predict in the market, because it will just continue. So the market went like up, down, and then just fell down, and now it's in the chop. So nothing clear here, so I would just not waste too much time. Not clear, waiting for more development. GU, same thing. So for now, clear pairs and instruments are this, and maybe UJ and other GPY pairs. So not touching this. So we discussed that we have these zones here to expect bearishness, but we have this local bullishness, and yeah, I wanted to see it lower, but it continued to chop. If USD CAD can continue and can develop this impulse to the downside, but and then create maybe a redistribution, so on the way here it's okay to enter. But overall this market is pretty choppy at the moment. So GJ we discussed, USD CHF we wanted to see it short. It actually started to develop to the downside. So these are drawings from the previous week, and now we have this impulse, we have this fractal redistribution and overall distribution, and now it's looking to take out these lows to continue lower. Higher time frames are, as you can see, bearish. So overall it's a bearish market. I don't like exactly how USD CHF is moving, but it's showing bearishness. It will be even more bearish if the price manages to reach these points and these points. And yeah, overall it's it's looking pretty good. I mean, not the clearest way, because I don't like these huge moves. They do not tend to follow up really nicely, as you can see, because we have huge move with no preparation, basically, just after this manipulation. That's it. But this kind of moves are very hard to trade systematically. And then we have this big chop. So now the market will either just fall and continue attacking these lows, or will just continue to chop here. So if I would give it one try in this range, and then just leave it until it creates a new clear price action. But practice shows that it does not do it. So Bitcoin, it continued to stay pretty bullish at the moment, with, of course, the remark that we are in unconfirmed reaccumulation. So what does it mean? It means that the market was moving bullishly, as you can see, for 5-6 consecutive breaks in a row, and then created one impulse to the downside. So this impulse in itself does not mean that the market shifted to the bearish side. It means two things. First of all, usually this is a manipulation before moving even higher, but we need to have more confirmation, because after these moves, the markets can just chop for a long time, taking everyone out and accumulating for the next move. So if I would trade this instrument like Forex pair, I would wait for additional confirmation for bullishness. Because, for instance, we have this reaccumulation on daily, but at the same time we have this redistribution, which is bearish, on 4 hours after this local distribution. And yeah, so what I want to see now, ideally, is some chop here, taking everyone out, and then clean confirmation to the bullish side. And then in this area, it's safe to trade in the direction of the new high. But overall, the higher time frame is showing bullishness. It has this foundation. So what we expect here is a cycle of reaccumulation or accumulation, which could look like this, like this, like this. So we expect these cycles here. So more chop, more manipulation, and then move to the upside. Okay, so, and for economical, we have Monday, which is basically slow, which is good and bad. Good because you will not have like too sharp moves, many sharp moves, it will be okay, but also such days, they could be a bit slow. Tuesday, we have this red news like GDP, and yeah, that can affect some euro pairs. And of course we have inflation for AUD, which could be pretty impactful. Then we have Bank of England interest rates on Thursday, I guess. Yeah, we will have this one. This one is really important, interest rate decision. And we will have an FP. So pretty interesting week. Will be volatile, and I guess this week will be a good preparation for the next week after it, because we will see some direction coming into the market, especially on pairs that were a long time in chop, like Euro USD, Gold, GU, and so on. Okay, send your questions. We, as always, glad to speak to you, and see you in the next one. And by the way, I have this rule following challenge. It's free. Leave a comment to join. It will be very interesting, very useful. And yeah, see you.